Yeah, I've been wanting you on the show for a bit, so this is good.
Yeah, it's good. And then I was like, yeah, sure, I'm available. And then I was like, what's he want me for? I'm like, he's probably wanting me for the podcast. I'm like, I better check. Because I seriously, I was house cleaning.
You thought I was just bringing you out for...
Well, no, I didn't know what you wanted to meet about. Or if there would be a group of people, or if it was just you and me, or what.
Was I really that unclear in the original text? That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was.
You said, are you free tonight?
Are you free tonight?
Are you free tonight? Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Airdrie Inside. I'm your host, Chris Glass, and today is a special episode because I am with Chair of the Airdrie Sport Council, Kimble Christie. Kimble, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Chris.
Now, this is a long time coming. I think it bugged you a couple of times to come on the show.
It's been a while. We're hard people to nail down.
Right. So tell me a little about yourself. We're gonna get into what you're here to talk about in a bit, but let's get the audience to know you a little bit better.
All right. Well, first and foremost, I've been an Airdronian since 2008. I moved here with my family at that time for a job in Calgary, and then later on found my way back into the education field. And I've now been working in Airdrie at a local school for the past 5 years as a physical education specialist.
Excellent. Now, I really like that you said Airdronian. I found out this year that there was a hot debate a couple of years ago between Airdronian and Airdriean, and it was settled back then that it's Airdronian. So I'm glad to hear you use the official title.
Thanks.
So talk to me about your job. So you're a physical specialist. So tell me more.
Well, so I'm teaching physical education to students in grades 1 through 9 and, helping them develop motor skills and social growth through sport and play. And, then we're getting into the after school sports programs and things like that. And it's something that was a passion of mine. I mean, I had a lot of great teachers growing up, and that's part of what led me to it. But then I also had a lot of great coaches too. And that was kind of the biggest thing that led me to this was that, I sure liked it the first time I saw somebody learn something that I taught them how to do.
Yeah.
So that gratification is definitely a big part of it. But just seeing the joy on people's faces, and it's like, I did it. Yeah, you did it, right? You worked at it. You achieved it. Let's keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, we got to know each other through your role with the Airdrie Sport Council. So tell me a little bit about that.
All right. So it was kind of funny. I was on sort of vacation, but sort of an activity event for one of our children. And one of the other dads, we were standing in line at an amusement park and standing in line for a long time. And it came up that he was on the Airdrie Sport Council. And, as he was talking more and more about the group and what their mandate was and what they did, it was like, you know what, this is the kind of local service group that I can really get behind because the vision and the mission are right along with my personal ideals, and it has to do with activity and sport. And that was one of those things that I said, you know what, I want to join, tell me more. So finally, after a few texts and unanswered emails that I'd sent him, he's like, oh, hey, you know what? Yeah, we'd love to bring you on board. And so I came on board as just a member at large, and then eventually took on some other roles. And now I've been the chair for about 8-9 months. And it's going to be, I think, a good thing. We're starting to make some things happen that are really interesting.
Yeah. Now, a good chair is really supported by a very strong, attractive, kind, benevolent vice chair, correct?
Absolutely. Right. And I couldn't have said it better myself. Chris.
Perfect. Yes. I wonder who that person could be.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting vice chair of the Airdrie Sport Council, Chris Glass.
And the reason why I really wanted to have you on is because I find sport to really unlock something in people that they didn't know was there. And the Sport Council has given me an avenue to take my love of football and maybe my love of Muay Thai and find ways to help other sports kind of grow under that umbrella too. So I know that's part of our mandate and stuff that we're very excited to be looking at this year.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like being able to provide an opportunity for whether it's kids or adults, that chance to try something new, try something different. And especially for well, for anybody, but seeing how the skills that they learned in one activity transfer to another.
100%.
Right. And that's like, wow, I didn't think I was going to be good at this, but I'm not bad. And I want to learn more. Right. So that's definitely something that we want to continue to foster and grow. And that's one of the things that we're doing with the Airdrie Sport Try Week.
Right. And by the time this airs, we'll be in the middle of the Sports Try Week. So give me a little bit about that.
Well, we had kind of wanted to hold something like this, but we didn't exactly know how. And then we had another local group, Airdrie Wellness, and they were like, hey, we want to do the same thing too. So it was just by chance that it happened to be going on at the same time that we were brainstorming this. And so we had reached out to the city of Grand Prairie for some advice on because they've had a very successful program going for over a decade, doing the same type of thing. And they were really wonderful in giving us some information and some support in how to get things going. So this is our first year at it, and there's definitely been a lot of hard work. Like you said,
yeah,
there's a supporting cast that has put in countless hours towards it. And so, I mean, it's great. We're collecting feedback day by day from the local sporting organizations that are hosting events. And it's like, hey, we had 18 sign up and 13 showed up and they had a great time. And so that's nice to be able to get that sort of feedback. And again, it's part of our group that's helping gather all that.
Yeah.
So then hopefully when we do them again in the future, it's going to be a lot cleaner, a lot more streamlined, an easier process for people to join.
Yeah. A lot of times people want to try something. They just don't know how to get started or where to find the information. So having a week where people can find that is great. And I love that the Sport Council is a part of it.
Well, and another thing too is the cost, right?
Yeah.
People might be thinking to themselves, well, I want to try this, but it costs so much money and I'm not sure if I want to make that investment. I'm not sure if I'm going to like it yet, right?
Yeah, we've all been burned with the gym pass that we pay for a year and go 2-3 times.
That's one of those for sure.
It's an adult rite of passage.
And that's especially one of the great things on this Airdrie Sports Try Week. Like we have trainers, we have fitness facilities that are giving people that free opportunity to come test it out, along with the other sort of sport organizations too that are with it. So it's great. It's good to see.
Now that's one of 3 initiatives that the Sport Council really has going on. So the next one we're going to talk about is Homecoming coming up on October 4th. And then we're going to talk about the POPS program because that's going to be more evergreen and long-standing. So talk to me about October 4th.
Well, I'm getting really excited. This will be the 3rd homecoming that I've been a part of.
And 4th overall, 3rd that has had Kimble's stamp of approval.
Well, and the interesting is the first time I wasn't even part of the Sports Council yet, and I wasn't even part of the Homecoming Festival. I was sought out to be an MC for the ATCO entertainment stage. And because I've got a background in MC and public speaking work as a professional, I've done World Cup, World Championship events, and it's something that I enjoy doing. And I thought, hey, what a great way to, kind of contribute to an event in the community and get to know some more people. So I got to see lots of great football that day.
Right.
I got to see lots of local vendors and eat some amazing snacks that they were handing me out for free. So that was that was pretty cool. But then that kind of led me to, hey, I want to be part of the Sport Council. And so it was really interesting. Yeah. And
then the second year was, the second year that you were involved, 3rd year overall, was the first year that the Sports Council was the financial backer, if you will.
Yeah, the presenting sponsor.
The presenting sponsor.
Yeah.
So tell me about how that came about.
Well, it was interesting. It was a City of Airdrie program. And then it came up that, they were looking to maybe have someone else take it over. So the Airdrie Sport Council was then that sort of avenue,
right?
Or that local group that said, you know what, I think we could do this. And so it was a great opportunity for us as a local sporting organization who, was a legacy from the 2020 Alberta Games. And now we finally have an event that we can put our members behind and get some volunteers behind and kind of see what we can do for the community.
So tell me a little bit about the event. I'm trying to be more of an interviewer and not answer my own questions because I'm super passionate about this day and I think it's going to be one of the best days this year. But tell me what to expect.
All right. Well, the Airdrie Homecoming event is a football showcase for all things football in Airdrie. And it's great because we've got some peewee and some bantam action happening throughout the day. All
three high schools.
All three high schools are playing in games. And so that's a huge thing, right? Like we've got the Airdrie Bowl happening. And it's great. Like the football in Airdrie has a long-standing tradition, right?
Yes.
And so that's really great to see because now we've got this amazing facility with a brand new turf field. You're going to be able to come out and possibly play some games, get some foods from some awesome food trucks, see football at all levels, so peewee, bantam, and high school. And
there's a performance stage as well.
Yeah, we've got entertainment, so local entertainment, local dance and cheer groups that are doing performances. Yeah. And that actually was probably one of the highlights. It was pretty cool watching the dance and the cheer groups. I was blown away at how well polished they were. And I actually found out from one of the dancers involved that they put their routine together in under a week.
Yes, I had heard that and I was blown away with how good it was myself. Yes.
Yeah, like we're talking like close to like competition quality, and you guys put this together in a week. It was amazing. And I think that's a testament to the types of like instructors and teachers that our local dance and cheer studios have.
Absolutely.
You know, like it was really cool to see.
So that fall extravaganza is taking place on October 4th at Ed Edgar Field at Genesis Place. Tell me about the Airdrie POPS program.
All right. So the Airdrie POPS was a recognition campaign that was a little bit of a brainchild of myself. And along with the help of Grant and Derek from the Airdrie Sport Council, I put together a proposal. And we kind of refined it a little bit more and cleaned it up a little bit. But I had an idea. I wanted to recognize the people who had a positive impact on sport and play. And that's kind of what POP stands for, is Pursuit of Positive Sport. You see a lot of times it's always the MVP, the highest goal scorer, or the champions that are getting recognition, which is great. Those recognitions are well-deserved too. But there's a lot of people behind the scenes who have a positive impact on the sports community and maybe don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Right.
You know, so it could be like a fitness trainer. It could be your physiotherapist. It could be your sports medicine doctor. It could be the person that works the concession stand and, you come up sweating after a game and they give you your snack and they say, hey, how was your game? Did you win again? Wow, that's 3 in a row, right? And they're the ones that are always making us smile. Team managers,
see, I smile while you're talking about that because while you're naming those roles, I'm seeing faces of people who fit those roles, who mean a lot to the teams that I've been a part of. So it's really cool that you're singling out that side of sport that probably goes unheralded for a while.
Yeah, exactly. Like we all know those people. And I think it's time to recognize them for what they do and how they do contribute to our community.
So how does somebody go about recognizing somebody?
Okay, so the Airdrie POPS campaign is going to launch just before homecoming. So we're going to kind of announce it there to give it some extra, promotion.
Right.
But we're going to launch it on October 3rd, the day before.
Excellent.
So the website will go live, and on the website, and you can use a QR code, which you can scan to get to the website. It's also going to be available through our Facebook and Instagram. And you'll be able to go there, and there's a nomination form. So you put in the name and the information of the person that you want to nominate. If you happen to have a photo, great. You can send that along in with the nomination as well. And then when we gather in the nominations, we're going to put it through a random generator. It'll select one, which the Airdrie Sport Council will review. All right. So we'll vet and kind of just make sure, yes, this person does have a positive contribution to the sporting community. And then we'll name that recipient. So we're not sure yet how often we're going to do that. We're going to wait and see how many nominations come in.
Right.
So it could be something that starts out as quarterly and then ends up going to monthly. So we'll just have to kind of wait and see. But I'm excited to see what rolls in.
I'm excited to see some of the names that get recognized through this. Like I said, I can think of 30 or 40 or 50 people who deserve a nomination for this. And it really fits kind of that missing mark, because you're right. MVPs get this, the best players on the team, the winningest coaches, and that kind of thing. But the real unsung heroes don't always get their flowers. So it's good to see this here.
Well, you'll hear sometimes in sport, it's always thrown around like, oh, this player, they're a locker room guy.
Yeah.
Right. You know, so they're maybe not getting the most yards. They're maybe not scoring all the touchdowns, but they're the glue that keeps the team together. Right. And they're the ones that have that positive contribution on, let's say, a football team, for instance. So it's those types of people that we want to recognize, but also just going like making sure that if we're recognizing people who have a positive contribution, positive behavior breeds positive behavior, right?
100%.
And so if that's the thing that's modeled for our youth and for the rest of the adults in our community, and these are the people that are getting the recognition, we want that maybe to be a vehicle to promote positive behavier in all aspects of life, and not just sport and activity.
Well, I know what people learn on the sporting fields and in the ice rinks and in the racquetball courts and all that are so transferable into the rest of the world we live in. And I know like what made me successful during my business career is stuff I learned from my football coaches and my football teammates. So recognizing that positivity in sport will translate into positivity elsewhere. So it's such a worthwhile initiative.
Thank you. We think it's going to be a great idea. And, who knows? It could start in Airdrie and it could carry like province and nationwide, right?
I like the big dreams.
Yeah.
That's good. So that, I've often let my mind wander on the future of the Airdrie Sports Council and where we could go as a team and what we could accomplish. And I have my own thoughts on that. But since you're the guest, where do you see the Airdrie Sport Council and what role it plays in the next 10 years?
I think it's really interesting, because we are a connector for the citizens of Airdrie to the local sporting organizations.
Right.
That's one thing that I see right now. But now we could end up going further, as things develop, to helping promote, new facilities, helping promote or fundraise for facilities to come, and then drawing more people into the city of Airdrie for their sport and activity ventures. Right. So seeing what kind of, manpower we can mobilize, right, to get behind these movements. Because I really do think our main job, we're not going to be handing out money to organization XYZ, but we might be able to help XYZ get funding or sponsorship from someone else just by connecting them with someone, right?
Right. Well, it's such a worthwhile mission and something I fully believe in, and I'm glad to be on the team with you and follow your leadership here. So thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Hey, thank you for having me, Chris. It's been a pleasure.
Now, one more time, can you tell me the website for Airdrie POPS and where we can find more information?
Okay, so the website is airdriepops.ca. So you can check it out right now. We've got a countdown leading up to the website launch. And you'll be able to see the logo hopefully soon enough through social media and on T-shirts out at the Homecoming Festival.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Kimble. I really appreciate it.
Thanks again.
Thank you for spending some time with us here on Airdrie Inside, and we'll be back with more great episodes after this.